When I died. When I died, I was buried in ashes, not flesh to return to the dust. I'd rather be scattered by wind, consumed by the fire that made me, an element thrust into the hungers that changes, if to lift or transcend, ascendant in radiant energy, free of all airs, all pretense, to be gathered by clouds and by chance, in a storm be a drop in the sea. I could be born from that drop, to liquefy back into rain again, scatter on roses, stream to a river, and when they have had all their fill, ebb in a fountain, flood in an ocean, dance on wind-washed white caps, ride the surf to the birth of her, afloat in a seminal vessel, adrift in a basket of Venus. But here, roses that keep us contiguous stem from a vase on a sill. The sea is before me, air is around in spaces, now distance is present. There is weight in the stoop of the shoulders, not sure if it's time or the mind, but I know a depressant cannot mute the sound, the shape of shudders formed and refined in a cognizance cloud, a clarity instanced when light and sound are interdependent, then what appears evident is undefined. Indefinite, then, the determinate hour has passed through a matrix of changes that still will occur when one is so gone that even the memory left to the phases becomes a conjecture of what has been done and breathes into a second, cries into a sea. The 14 billion years that heard it hum is nothing to the timelessness to come. So joy should hear the heart in ecstasy. Sudden comes an unexpected music, and branches from it trees of many leaves that shade a sculptor chipping at a stone, if in shadow or imagined light. All that one believes, the hammer strikes in rhythmic rising, falling, rising diapasons, so flecks of soft white rock shudder to the earth like stars that breathe again, glowing avatars, born as pulsars, brilliant in the night. In marble veins of figure aches to be reborn. Chisels will release its shape and form. In arching back, eyes upon the sun, shoulders twisted on a rippling core, and dust is rising from the marble storm, rains on hands, callous, cracked, worn, a cloth to shield the lungs, so oxygen can breathe into the muscles that restore radiance to skin, not Marmorian, lift a mindless form through blind Empyrean, and bear the breath of being into rapture. Immersed in a pre-dawn darkness, thought lives to animate moods as it anticipates light. Ambient figures need the cloud sifted in angel-thick sky, whose new light includes, as candles express, the glint of a vision steeped in a rapture, the gleam of clarity settled in why, that sheds all the airs of confusion, that emotes an excessive effusion, that to realize now is to die. Beauty was born in the music, the roll of the waves in wind, in the light of a sky that hovered in candles, the cumulus welcoming day, the nimbus coloring night, give shade to the soul if it exists or lies in a shamble, but beauty still sings anyway. The ear hears, the light in the eye reflects on things that pass by or that fade away far in the far, far away. In beauty is hope, and truth is a trust, a star on the one side, the sun on the other, the moon in the middle, all present at dawn as they gather in evening reflections. But time took forever to meld into dust. The time that is gone, it's over. Pitch black reflections drowned in the shudders, buried in waves. A tsunami that covers the shallow graves. Awash in an ocean, awake in oblivion.